All right, good morning, everybody. It is now Monday. It's 9 o'clock today. Really, really exciting news in the EV market, in the whole stock market. The market itself is green. I mean, not the whole market, but the majority, I'm sure, of your portfolio is green. But before we get started, please make sure you hit that like button so that I can stay relevant to the YouTube algorithm. Do consider subscribing to my channel because we talk about everything EV. We'll talk about the most hottest hot topics. We'll talk about the earnings of Lucid. We'll talk about the Volta. We'll talk about Neo, ChargePoint, and all that good stuff. And then we'll talk about cryptocurrencies. Now, if you want to make money, if you want to learn to invest, if you want to learn just to read the markets and just get the fundamental news so that you can make that decision of investing or not to invest, this is for you. This is something that I'm going to hold dear to my heart. This is all objective. I will have my own opinions in certain part of the video. But for the most part, we're going to just analyze the market. We go over all YouTube analysts. We go all over, financial gurus or whatever you call them. We're going to go over them so that I know you guys work really hard. You guys are probably at work right now or on your way to work, or, you're on your first break and, you don't have time to look up the markets, or you have to look up the news. And so you have me, this channel, Mr. Samos. It's going to bring it all to you. So here we go. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you also hit that bell button so that anytime I have my video, you will be notified. Make sure you hit the bell and then you pick all. So here we go. Let's go. Let's hit this up real quick. Wow. So this is my EV utility. So if you look at Lucid was a banger, right? Lucid, it's yesterday I was wrong. I said that, we have to wait and see how the market's going to be tomorrow. I got in really early, guys. I went in for $41, and it went up as high as $46.77. So I just created more positions. I'm not selling anything. At one point I probably will, but like I said in my past videos, that I lost the train of Tesla. So I'm only doing options on Tesla, but I really want to hold on to Lucid because I really value Lucid's production. I value what they do as a company. I like what they're doing. They're like the David, and then Tesla's the Goliath. They're going after it. So I believe that this sector, they have a lot of skepticism with this sector. People are saying that it's going to tank. Some people are loving it. But you know what I'm saying? Like with the infrastructure bill and Biden loving the Rivian and the Ford F-150, whether if you like it or not, EV is going to be the way to go. It's going to be something that's going to be changing the world. And, Elon Musk is doing it. We have Biden actually and his cabinet are going for it because they love that. They love climate change. So he even mentioned in my past video, I did say that he did mention that if these companies, these legacy companies like Ford and GM Motors are not going to be part of this EV movement, then they'll be stuck behind. So it's going to be changing the world. All right. So EV go to, it's up. It halted on a bullish halt, but it's up there. Now, when we look at the gainers, at market, guys, I'm in the Western Hemisphere. I'm in the West Side, so I'm in Arizona. So we look at this Volta. I said one of my biggest holdings, 16.2% to $10.95%. If you were on that $9 call on options, you're winning. You're winning. Yeah, it looking nice. I'm sure that a lot of people got in there because the open interest for Volta was above 10,000. So there was a lot of people on that. And today, I believe today was the first time you guys are in green. And we're probably like sweating bullets because we have 11 days left before our contract ends. But do your thing. If you're going to want to sell, go sell. If you don't, hold it. I'm going to hold it for a little bit longer because I know that Volta might swing it up. Just ride this momentum. This momentum is beautiful. Okay. Look at Volta. Yep, here we go. So, when you look at that imaginary, if you don't do trends or anything, you could see that it's in that downward channel, right? So once that hit, this was like out of nowhere though. So this was kind of crazy. So what I'm going to be expecting, and I'm not your financial advisor, I'm just a guy that loves making trends. Let's see it's hold the support on the $10.45. If it holds the support, at the end of the day or the end of the week, I think will be a really good upside for next week. So we may want to hold those options. I may want to just, probably increase the position a little bit, but who knows? or at least for my equity line. All right, Neo 2. Neo's looking really beautiful. Like, wow, like it's kind of looking like a Volta. But we got to just see where it's going to go. Okay, so for those people who are trying to look at it, I wouldn't even get into it. But look at I did mention Neo on this cross. Once it makes this cross with the 100 EMA and the 20 EMA, we're seeing it. We're going to see it fly. So that purple is already making its sign. It's not even oversold yet. You can see the MACD. It's more green, but then the green volume is going a little bit lower. Volume is pretty stagnant, not too crazy. But this is something that definitely look in your watch list. All right, guys? Definitely look at the watch list. So Tesla, we all know what Tesla happened. I mean, did you guys see that tweet that Elon did? So it did fall, I believe, like 4% today? About 2%. I'm wrong. 2%. It fell. It looks like it's going to be probably hitting this support, but we'll see. We'll see how the day goes. I mean, it looks like a lot of people are selling. I want to say on the Lucid, there was like, let me look at my phone, because when I dropped the kids to school, I saw tweets regarding how many options for Lucid. Okay, so let me just go and pull it up real fast. Don't leave yet, guys. It's important. Very important. Lucid, 60 weekly calls, flying in 2 million spent on those so far. 2 million. Okay, and I don't know if you guys saw this, but Lucid now is a top 4 talk on Reddit. Holy crap, look at this. How many upvotes? It's right behind GameStop. I mean, about 400, 500 away, but it's there. But it went from like it was right below Smile Direct Club, right below them. Now they're at the most talked about. Now, there has to be a reason why. If you talk about something, it's going to go up. You don't think there's an algorithm out there, like how many times you say Tesla, how many times you say Elon Musk, how many times you say Dogecoin or Shiba. Like, these people are pressing a button behind, because this is all manipulation. So I'm sure it's going to happen. Okay, it's going to probably move more to the upside. So what is my take on Lucid? I feel it's still going to go up. Look at that. There's going to be probably a dang pullback coming in. But for the most part, I believe it's going to hit 50 maybe this month. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. All right. Twitter is insane. There's about 860 tweets on Twitter on Lucid alone. But I do want to talk about Rivian, because Rivian has putting a lot of people as skeptics here on Seeking Alpha. There are people saying, don't buy this IPO. So let's talk about this, because we want to know both sides. You don't want to know the good, and then no bad. Then what am I doing for you in this channel if I'm not giving you the negative? So we have David Trainer. He's an analyst here. We're going to be talking about the Rivian and why not to buy. Now, he has some good points, but we did mention this in the channel. These manufacturing milestones are highly improbable given Rivian's lack of manufacturing infrastructure and experience, as well as intense competition faces in the EV market. I don't think the experience is a problem, because like I said yesterday in my video, that they do have people from Tesla, JP Morgan. They also have the CFO of, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, at Morgan Stanley. So they have people that know how to market it pretty well. They know how to do the financials correctly. Why else are they going to be valued? Or looking for 70 billion asking, right? So you're looking at $72 price per share this Wednesday. So I don't agree about the experience. I believe the experience is there, because they've been working in the shadows, yo. I mean, they're already giving vehicles. Lucid, they didn't even give vehicles till like 2 weeks ago or a week ago. So Rivian has been doing that already. So we'll continue. Rivian is set for IPO next week. We know that 52 billion, 80 billion valuation. That's what I just mentioned. A 52 billion valuation is well below the 50. Yeah. So they're gonna see if they could raise 10 around how much, 22 billion more, right? Despite the popularity of the electric vehicle market and huge gains in Tesla's stock, we think investors should avoid the temptation to buy Rivian shares. So again, this channel is not meant to tell you what to do or what not to do, but you make that decision. All right. We're skeptical that Rivian's IPO will deliver for investors even with a lower valuation. Investors shouldn't buy a stock just because it's in the hot sector. I agree on that. Investors shouldn't. Rivian has yet to manufacture a meaningful number of vehicles. So I don't know what meaningful number is. because of the chip shortage, and they said that they're going to deliver, I think, like 300 more or 200 more by the end of the year. I think that's not bad. I know they're competing with General Motors and BMW, but it's a new company. So you decide. Do you think that we're overreaching and just jumping in because we think? But again, we're trying to make money here. We're not trying to marry a stock. We're not trying to, I hope it goes to 1,000, just like Tesla. We can't do that. Just like Lucid. I mean, for me personally, I love this company. I got in really, really cheap. I got in at a really, really good price. So it's going to really, really hard for me to kind of swing trade this. But I do think that I'm going to make a position to just swing trade. So if you just want to swing trade Rivian, and then, or whatever have you, do it. That's why this is here. Okay, Rivian's 52 billion valuation is about the same as Honda, so they said that it's just as valuable. I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. Okay, it makes no sense for Rivian's IPO to with the valuation anywhere near Honda. Well, I do believe that's really, really true, but again, Rivian is saying that they can produce this, right? But then again, on the downside, a company can say whatever they want to say to move up their shares or move up their price, right? So good point there. Good point taken. But you have people backing up Rivian, though. Remember that you have Amazon, 20% stake. You have Ford, I believe, 5% stake. So what is there to think about? You have Jeff Bezos that drove the Rivian R1T to his launch space. So was that just all hype? Yeah, I'm sure. Was that supposed to like raise concern or us, or what have you? I mean, I'm sure it is meant to tell the investor this is a great vehicle. He could have chose anything. He could have chose, Ford, or he could have chose, Honda, or he could have chose like anybody. He chose a truck with his people in the back with him to his launch site. All right, so let's talk about the valuation. It does make no sense, right? It's expected valuation of 52 billion. Rivian would be valued on par with Honda, a manufacturer that produced more than 4.5 million vehicles worldwide in fiscal 2021, and nearing Stellantis, BMW, and more. Okay, Stellantis is another auto vehicle that does have EV. Okay. At least Tesla sold vehicles prior to IPO. So this is what I don't agree, because I know that Rivian did sell. Whether if it's their employees or maybe one random person, they did sell. They did sell, just like Lucid, right? Like, why did Lucid stock go up on the deliveries? Because they did deliver. It was more than one. It was a deliveries, not delivery. Okay, deliveries. It was more than one, plural. So it didn't say how much they're going to, but they're still trying to do 500 by the end of the year, right? So we're gonna hold them to that. And also Lucid's earnings coming up, so we gotta watch that. So the reason why I'm looking at Rivian, because they're coming out, right? They're coming out really, really, really soon. Valuation implies Rivian will take huge share of the global EV market with less than 200 vehicles of its R12 vehicles. So they're kind of, I don't know what they're saying here, 200 vehicles. But then they said they haven't sold prior to IPO. So they said there are deliveries. So this is weird. Rivian doesn't have significant sales to generate a meaningful average selling price for its vehicles. However, if we optimistically assume that starting price of $70,000 for its R1S as its ASP, Rivian's expected valuation implies the company will sell 1.1 million vehicles at 2030. Okay, I believe that. So this is all great news to have you understand what's Rivian. I still think that it could be overvalued, guys. It's huge. It's a lot of money, and we're looking at about a high price per share. If you're looking at that 72, I'm thinking it's going to go higher. And I'm not the only one that thinks it's going to go higher, just because if this pops early, I don't even know. Like, looking at other IPOs, they pop really, really high, and then boom, they hit the floor. Remember Coin? That was up really high, and then it just popped all the way down. So be very, very, very careful with Rivian. I'm going to wait till it settles, maybe a couple months, to be honest, a month or two, maybe next year, so that I can kind of see where the bottom is, where the top is, and then we'll buy the trade through there. Okay. So Rivian, if you see this, if y'all know who Marcus Brownlee is, he's the guy that does iPhone reviews on YouTube. He said that the whole marketing was shot on the iPhone, on the Rivian marketing. So it's pretty cool, pretty awesome. It's a different type of vehicle, but is it different than the Ford F-150 Lightning? Who knows? From what I've seen, it's a little bit smaller than the Ford F-150. But if you're trying to buy it, definitely look at it. But we're definitely looking at more on the investing side. So, but you need to understand the mechanics of the truck so that you can make that informed decision. All right. So when we look at all of this stuff, I look at this Ford Motor Company. Say hello to the F-100 illuminated electric concept truck. I like this. I like this old looking. I do. I've seen this all the time, but I like this. I like this look. It's like that old school raggedy, brings you back to high school. You know what I mean? I'm an 80s baby, so I've seen a lot of these back in my time, back in California, actually. Hey, everyone, have a safe Halloween. This is old. What's going on here? But look at this. Look at this Tesla and Rivian together. This is beautiful. All right, guys, if you do like this video, definitely subscribe. Be part of the family. Let's talk. I'm going to do another video later on today to kind of do a little recap of what's going on. Do look at my other channels, my other videos, so you can get an understanding of what I do. Again, guys, we're here to make money. We're here to make a future for our family, for ourselves. If you like that, if you enjoy that, definitely subscribe. I appreciate each and every one of you. I don't know who this guy is, but Zach Belize, you do your thing. If you do a video on Twitter or TikTok, you go do your thing. All right, guys, I'll see you in a little bit, a couple hours. Take care, have fun, and until the next video, stay safe.